for us. I think it really contextualizes and allows us to have a framework for the afternoon session. And it is our invitation to all of us here that we may not need to even wait for the afternoon session to actually put our hand up and express our interest in any one of these areas that we would like to participate in, which resonates with us, and we would like to take it ahead. So thank you, Dr. Pradhan. And last but not the least, it is my honor to present to you SriSri Ravi Shankar, who is the founder of the International Association for Human Values and the Art of Living Foundation, which together have today touched the lives of over 300 million people in over 155 countries of the 5 continents of the world, through its developmental projects, through its transformational workshops, and its work in the human potential development. SriSri Ravi Shankar for you.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to begin now with an ancient quote. 5,000 years ago, a rishi called Kautilya, he said, the basis of ethics is economy. You can't have ethics in a society which is poor, which is poverty-ridden. So basis of economy, ethics is economy, and the basis of economy is state, and the basis of state is civil society. Now, we need to look at this once again. It's a circle. If the civil society is not following ethics, there is no way state can enforce anything. Rules are there, regulations are there, but if nobody follows, and this is what is happening in most of the countries, especially developing countries. Developing countries are caught between scams and slums. So what is it that can uplift this society? What is it that can set in motion the ethics, which again is the basis of economy, you see from the other side? And this is what we are here to discuss. And usually youths are of the opinion, you can't be successful if you follow ethics. You have to turn a blind eye to ethics and just make maximum profit the way you want to do it. But the crisis that has happened in the last couple of years has opened the eyes of them. Thanks to the media, it has exposed all those scams. Now people are becoming more aware. In Chinese, there is the same word for both crisis and opportunity. And this is an opportunity for youngsters usually to wake up and see that you can be successful following ethical practices. And that's one of the main agenda of this forum, to showcase all those who are doing ethical business and still are able to do very well, are still able to make good profit. As recently one of the very honest businessmen in India was asked, why didn't you bribe to get your thing done? He said, I want to have good sleep. That's why I didn't want to bribe. Because examples are needed today for youngsters to follow. Theories are there, theorems are there, books are there, rules are there, but what people are looking forward is an example. So we need to see that we can describe the crisis in great detail. Many can describe the crisis very well, but there are few who can turn the crisis into an opportunity. Make people realize, yes, you can ethically move forward. And that gives you good sleep and good profit as well. So, basis of economy is state, and basis of state is the civil society. And civil society need to follow ethics. And again, ethical practices are essential for a good economy, better economy. It's a circle. So I'm very happy that we are all here these last 2 days to discuss, to come up with practical solutions. The millions out there are looking for something like this. They want an example. They want support. 90% of the population are honest. They have ethics. It's just a small percentage of people who rock the boat. Also, we need to caution people, but not create fear and anxiety in them. The scams have created a lot of fear in people, anxiety in people, insecurity in people. It's the ethics, it's the spiritual values that can reinstill the faith in the righteous living, reinstill faith in the humanness of us. See, human beings have needs and responsibility. Every human being has some needs and every human being has some responsibility. When the equation of responsibility and needs are disturbed, that's when there is more chaos. So we have to see that how we can reduce our needs and take more responsibility, which is absolutely essential in today's scenario. So reinstalling the faith in ethics in the civil society, setting examples among the state and stakeholders of business would definitely shift the paradigm that we are all looking for. With these few words, I thank you once again for being here, and all the best for you to come up with very practical steps and solutions which would bring more happiness in the society. Thank you.
SriSri, with the inspiration that we have, the encouragement and the guidance from someone like you and the entire illustrious panelists we have now and through the day, and that collaborative effort that we will all be able to put in and feel that sense of strength among us as a community, I think we can safely promise you that each one of us here will be that example for the world to find support and inspiration from. For all of us here, a promise to you, SriSri. I think can we do an eye and a clap for that? Yeah. So we have time for only a couple of questions. We will have more opportunities through the day to interact with the distinguished panelists and interact, but just one or two questions we have time to take now. So if anyone would like to ask, the panel is open. Yes, sir. And if you could mention who you're directing the question to, in particular, if it is.
I'm directing the question to the panel. My name is Richard Barrett. What concerns me is the crisis in leadership. The title there is Leadership Symposium. I think when we look at what has happened over the past decades, our business schools have failed us. They've turned out people who do not have hearts. They just have heads. And I think it's time for a new leadership paradigm to be a new learning system to be implemented throughout our business schools globally. I'd just like your comments.
Ambassador Castro, yes.
La question est fondamentale. Je voudrais dire, monsieur, pour répondre à votre question, que le point le plus sensible et le plus critique, c'est aujourd'hui la scission, la fracture totale qu'il y a entre le management de l'entreprise et le capital de l'entreprise. Nous avions l'habitude, dans la création de ce capitalisme, cette société libérale économique qui a séduit et qui est si séduisante, d'avoir des hommes d'affaires, des entrepreneurs qui, en dirigeant leur entreprise, donnaient des orientations à leur patrimoine personnel. Et s'ils faisaient des erreurs à long terme, ils se ruinaient. Aujourd'hui, nous avons des fonctionnaires d'entreprise qui n'ont pas risqué et qui ne risquent pas un centime dans l'entreprise qu'ils dirigent, qui savent qu'ils sont là pour 5 ans ou pour 6 ans et qui vont avoir tendance à se ménager les meilleurs revenus pendant ces 5 ou 6 années, quel que soit ce qui adviendra après eux. Et je pense que c'est le gros problème de notre société moderne. Et je le disais tout à l'heure, on a un fonctionnaire d'entreprise qui dirige l'entreprise et qui sait que dans 5 ans, il devra céder la place. Et autour de lui, au lieu d'avoir des gens qui eux-mêmes jouent leur capital dans l'entreprise, vous avez des avocats qui représentent des fonds d'investissement et des fonds de pension. Et ces avocats ont tendance à ce que le système dure parce que chaque mois, ils touchent leurs honoraires. Donc on a une gestion capitaliste globale au niveau des grandes entreprises qui fait qu'on n'a plus cette préoccupation qui correspond à ce que nous disions tout à l'heure au niveau de l'éthique et comportementale dans l'entreprise. Et je profite une seconde d'avoir le micro pour répondre à mon ami M. Michel qui disait « séparons la finance de l'entreprise ». Je dirais simplement une chose, et il était bien placé pour le savoir, 100% des guerres en Afrique sont financées par des entreprises. 100% des guerres en Afrique sont privatisées par les royalties versées par les entreprises. C'était juste un petit point que j'avais à l'esprit.
I think that was a very important question. Let me just turn it into an action opportunity. I think we do need to create a program which shows a new leadership paradigm. And one way to do this very concretely is to develop a corporate leadership ethics-based program. The World Bank Institute is a capacity-building arm of the World Bank. And so we do work on training and so on. And so you can think of a 3-part program which we could pull together. One which showcases inspirational examples. SriSri mentioned the awards and recognitions that are being given, showcase examples of companies and business leaders who have been successful and ethical. And the more we can showcase those stories of companies and business leaders, it gives inspiration to young entrepreneurs, to MBAs and so on. So we should develop content including firms that I mentioned yesterday, whether it's IKEA furniture or Starbucks coffee, which are using branding that wood is coming from harvested forests of IKEA, or Starbucks uses fair trade coffee. There are very good corporate examples which are using ethics to add value as well. So I think we need one component is to look inspirational cases in that kind of a curriculum or program. The second piece is to actually develop a leadership capacity building program for corporate leadership teams. I would commit to the WBI working with institutions like Wharton, which have very good corporate leadership programs. IHV has developed a very good transformative leadership for excellence program, TLEX, which has been piloted in corporates. So we can combine leadership and ethics with corporate content to develop a program which can be taken by corporate leadership teams. And the last component can be to actually develop networks of like-minded, whether it's MBAs you mentioned or corporates, of which World Forum for Ethics in Business is one of them. But one example which actually really has stuck in my mind is what I mentioned last night. The Harvard MBAs in 2009 took an oath. You talked about the MBAs. They took an oath to create value ethically and responsibly. And they then created a network which has now mushroomed to 250 academic institutions. You can use that as a kernel to expand into ever-expanding networks of like-minded, committed, ethical individuals.
Nerj, you wanted to make a comment?
Just a small comment. It is quite extraordinary, is it not,